traffic that whole time. You do your show.
Dude, I was like coming. I came from Riverview, man, so I know where you at.
Oh crap! Where's my?
Where's your what? I'm good. Where's my live stream? Turn on the live stream, kid. Oh, my live stream came on.
Yep, I just put it up.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Good thing, right? I seem so dark over here in the corner. It's like a spot.
Is the show or the start?
Is there a light back
Okay,
here? Is there a light back
we
here?
are going live and
Going live.
Well,
Okay.
live.
yeah, we're going live, dude. We're actually right now we're live on
we are
YouTube.
live in 3,
But we're going
2,
live on
1.
TBC.
We are live. It does look a little dark.
Yeah, it does look dark, right? I just noticed that. Well, anyway, here's what it is, right?
It
What's
is
wrong
what
with
it
it?
is.
I mean, like,
I'll fix that. You just keep talking. I'll fix the light.
okay, cool. Oh, whoa, you gonna walk up? You gonna walk around, stuff like that?
Don't worry about it.
What if I slide this thing over?
You don't
keep
worry
talking.
about it.
We're on the air. You keep talking.
What if I slide that over?
You don't worry about that one.
So yeah, how you doing? I'll be Keith. This be the B-roll, and this is our show for November 14th, 2023. It's all good news and politics, man. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Got our some of our special effects, our sound effects down, and we just want to make everything sound good. Like I said, we got Real Rob up in here. We got Big John C. We're about to throw down like we do, because that's what we do.
All right. All right. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 1, 2.
Mic check.
All right.
What?
We are live.
Yeah.
We do like.
You got me?
We do mic checks on the air.
Do a mic check.
Yeah, mic check.
Okay, now we're
you go.
talking.
All right.
Yeah, mic check. Mic check. What? Yeah, we did our mic check, our sound checks, and everything like that, and everything running good. So, yeah, we just talking about everything. And like I said, we talk about everything. Generally, people say, "What are you talking about?" Well, I talk about a lot of that other stuff that they call politics. People are like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, man. Look, let's be clear about it. I want to be straight up with this, right? Everybody got their political philosophies. I got mine. I got my beliefs, understanding, and we all got it all, right? But, everything has to come to a head when we got to deal with reality, okay? I mean, some people, they don't want to see the big picture. It's like, okay, I get that, but I just don't know where you're coming from. I understand I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you know where you're coming from. And they're like, what? I said, oh, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings or nothing, but that's just how it is, all right? This is a day and age where it is dangerous. It is dangerous. The more we move forward, the more people are talking about moving into this fascist, communist, third world dictatorship ways. What do I mean by that? Oh my gosh. Have you been hearing about this guy? Oh, you know who we're talking about. Big D, right? Donald Trump, DT. The guy is crazy. He's talking about prosecuting, weaponizing the DOJ or to go against those people who his rivals. Dude, hold up. How do anybody get to say yeah, and then cry when the DOJ is being accused of being weaponized against people? I mean, they don't have no evidence, but that's how it is. I mean, that's how it is. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Nowadays, it's like the most dangerous time in my 40 years being a registered voter. It's the most dangerous time. It is, because you have people who constantly provoke, right? They lack ideas, so they rant, rave, and shout, to mask what they lack. Which is why I'm going to segue into why Democrats lose the election. Because, and I'm just going to throw this out there, I am the most harshest critic. I'm one of, if not the most harshest critic of Democratic politicians, who I think are the better politicians, hands down. But they don't match that energy when it comes to actually running. When it comes to running a campaign, they want to practice what do you say? They don't even practice. They try to get people to hire them to do something without first being elected. First, you got to get elected, and then you can make those laws and stuff like that. What do I mean? You've heard it all for the last 10 years, 10, 15, 20 years. No one's presented ideas, right? Conservatives haven't presented any ideas. They will say one thing, and then when they get into office, they'll do the exact opposite. They've been telling you for the last, I'm going to go there and I'm going to work bipartisanly with Democrats. And then they'll go there and say, I'm not working with Democrats. what the hell? What's that about, right? You see what I'm saying? And that's why Democrats lose elections, because we sit back and say, okay, we don't call them on that stuff. Democrats do not, they rarely call them on that. But when they do, guess what? They win. They win, period. So I just want to put that out there. I want to talk about some things like talk show hosts. And what I was talking about a few months ago, I was saying that when people say this is a liberal media, and I said, no, it's not a liberal media. Because when everything starts going, they're going to show you that they're going to lean towards the conservatives. Why? Because the majority of these organizations are owned by people who consider themselves to be conservatives. So yeah, they seem to be like all evened out, even killed until the end. It's like they try to blur the lines. They literally try to blur the lines. I was looking at something the other day. MSNBC? No, MSN. On MSN and the Internet Explorer. What I was looking at was the advertisement. Because if you look at Yahoo, it's set up a certain way. The Yahoo webpage or website is set up a certain way. You'll go there, it's up here, and then you can break down da. But if you look at the MSN, right? Not MSNBC, but MSN, the web online, it will say the same thing. It will say, this guy, that guy, this guy, Trump, and then they'll have something with Biden all the way at the end. It'll say Mike Johnson. It'll do this Philip, and then at the very end, it'll say something with Biden. Oh, Biden just signed into law with, forgave like 100,000 or 1 million people, 1 million students, forgave their student loans. Hold up, you think that would be on the top, somewhere up in the top? No. It's in the bottom. They'll talk about, well, what's the bill? What's the problem here? A lot of people are afraid. They're saying that the inflation and all this. Hold up, you just heard these numbers. You get better numbers. You get better numbers on Fox than you do in the mainstream media. Whenever you see the jobs and the inflation and everything, those positives, Fox will be killing it. They're only expecting 10%. They're only expecting 100,000, 200,000, and then all of a sudden they got to eat their words. Come in 300,000. 300,000? 300,000 what? 300,000 jobs added to the economy? Serious? They got to eat their words. You don't hear that, or you don't see that on what's considered in the mainstream media. You just don't see it. I mean, I don't see it, right? You don't see it. So that's how it is with that. Anyway, that's with that. I wanted to dispel that myth about the mainstream media. It's a mainstream media, but it's not no liberal media. Bill Moyer, I told you I don't know what he is. Bill Moyer is a fraud. I don't know. I just don't know.
Bill Maher?
Bill Maher.
Yeah. Okay.
Bill Moyer was the guy with the talk show host at the daytime or something. Yeah. Bill Maher. Yeah, Bill Maher. That's what I'm saying. Bill Maher. The guy's a fake. He's a phony. He's like whichever way the wind blow. And somebody said that just the other day, right, in the studio. They was like, yeah, and they was talking about the TYT, the Young Turks. Yeah. They're like, yeah, man, these guys, they go they go with the way of the wind. I'm like, that's what I said.
I think I was saying that.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did a show a few months ago, and I said that's what I said. And people were like, no, these guys are the real deal. And I'm like, they're not the real deal, especially that Jink guy. The guy, I'm gonna spell his name for you, right?
It's like I was agreeing with you guys last week, and now you changed everything.
Yeah, it's like, the hell, what the heck, right? So, yeah, that guy. Anyway, Bill Moyer, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a trip. Elon Musk. Why do people let Elon Musk dictate your political views? Okay, he's a successful businessman. I gave it to him. Wow. But when it comes to politics, are you serious? The guy just the other day comes out and he's on some show. I forget if it was the who was the guy from the UFC? Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan. And then there's this other guy, Paul Bet Davis or something like that. PB. His thing is called PDP Value Entertainment. He's a successful motivational speaker, successful businessman, right? So he comes on the show and he goes, Elon Musk. He goes, yeah, George Soros is evil. Like, what? Where'd that come from? He's evil. He's like the evil character. Evil.
George Soros?
George Soros, the philanthropist. Is that how you pronounce it? Philanthropist. That's what I said almost. Almost. He's this guy, he's like 90, 93, something like that. Yeah, he's like 93, right? He came from Istanbul. Istanbul or Turkey, somewhere like that. And during the wartime, when they had the war going on over there, so he like escaped from there to come to America. He was successful, got here, built up this big thing, and he's like the original big time good guy. I mean, as far as donating to charities, he started this thing like with $34 billion in the mid 1980s. All right, $34 billion he put aside just for charity. He's been putting this money just for charity, right? And other things. This is, this guy. He's considered to be one of the biggest philanthropists in the world. OG. He's OG. These other guys, Bill, what's his name? Microsoft. Bill Gates. Bill Gates.
Man, you're always quizzing me, making me think.
Rob. What's the guy from Microsoft, Bill? What's his name?
You just said it.
Okay.
You know, he got to finish, so I came to you.
They may not be hard questions, but you put me on the spot. I'm like, Bill, the guy, Microsoft, Gates, yes, ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in charge former guy in charge of Amazon, Rob?
I don't know. I don't know these people.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah. All right, I heard that name before.
They
yeah.
put the billions of dollars, right? But he was doing it from like the 1980s. They just recently doing it, especially Elon Musk. So he put some money out there. Right?
I do know about Elon Musk, Musk, Tesla, and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
And the tiny houses, and
yeah, the tiny houses. Yeah,
he likes to deal with the environment and do things for the environment. And then you got Jeff Bezos. I did hear of these names, all these other names, of course, but
Jeff Bezos. Who's Jeff Bezos?
Elon Musk is like right
Who's
away.
Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Amazon, right? You just told me Amazon.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos. Yeah.
I said, the name sounds familiar.
Elon Musk, of course, Bill
Gates. Bill Gates.
Yep.
His wife, their wives are really
Joe Rogan.
Joe,
there you go.
Joe Rogan.
Because UFC and Rogan's a cool guy. He's funny.
So, yeah, the guy go to on shows like that, and they just come out and they just go after George Soros. Why? Because George Soros is like
I never heard. I heard the name George. I thought he owned the basketball team or something. I don't know.
He may have at one time, but no.
I don't know nothing about him.
He's a businessman, right? Mm-hmm. He's been around for like forever. No, I don't think so. No. I'm not sure. No, I don't think.
You're thinking of Mark Cuban, maybe?
Mark Cuban, somebody like that. Well, anyway, George Soros has like been the punching bag since what guy who died, the OG of talk show radio, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, I
Thought
know.
you were gonna say
Rush
Jerry
Limbaugh.
Springer.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer. Yeah, he did.
He's
Rest in
not-
peace to Jerry Springer, man.
Oh, I said talk show. Radio talk show. Radio, yeah, I gotta be specific. Jerry Springer is talk
Yeah,
OG,
show.
the dead guy. You know?
Yeah, television talk show is Jerry
Yeah.
Springer. The other OG, and I would never not give Rush Limbaugh his credit. As much as I get at him and don't agree with anything he really said, he's the OG. So they use George Soros as the punching bag, right? The kicking bag or whatever striking bag, whatever they try to do, right? To drive up, to make fear, to bring up fear, the dread and fear and stuff like that, making him the boogeyman.
Why is he the boogeyman?
Because they have to demonize him.
I'm saying, how are they demonizing him?
By calling him the boogeyman when his whole life dictates different. If you look up George Soros, they'll tell you how he's such he's a humanitarian.
But how does that help them to demonize George if he?
They have to demonize.
Why?
Because if not, they have nothing to do. Because here's the position. Here's the position of the conservative, right, and the media, the Republican media. And I say the Republican media because it's been around for like 100, 200 years almost. The Republican media has been around since before
there was media.
Yeah, before it's one of the original ones.
Newspaper.
Yeah, it's one of the original ones, right? Yeah. Since Abraham Lincoln or before Abraham Lincoln, the Republican media. That's what they call it, the Republican media. They have to demonize. They have to make a boogeyman. They have to make a boogeyman. If you're doing good,
may I?
Go ahead. Oh.
Sorry.
You can share that. You can share that. We would like. Would you mind making that sound? I don't mind. Let me try it.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it.
Okay, then don't do it.
No.
But turn up my mic. Turn up my mic. Neutralize me. Yeah, they have to make a boogeyman. If not, then they can't really run on anything. For example, people voting against their interests. I say this all the time. Why would I want to support something where you're going to give the millionaires and billionaires a $2 trillion tax break? That means that they don't have to pay $2 trillion worth of money that was going to ultimately come out of my pocket, right? Whereas if you gave me $2 trillion, me as in, the average middle class, lower middle class, that money, where's it going to go?
Oh, why would you do that when you can give it to a billionaire?
Why would you do that? Because I know it's going to sound absolutely ridiculous, right? Perhaps even cuckoo. But if you give it to me, I'm going to put it back in the economy. I'm going to go spend it. I'm not going to put it in the stock market. It's good for the stock market. Oh, yeah. But it's not good for the economy because, it's not the best move for the economy. Because if you give $2 trillion tax break to, let's say, how many people, how many millionaires and billionaires are there in America? Just America. I'm not talking about the rest of the world. There was one thing where I saw it was like 22 million millionaires.
There's 22 million millionaires? There's way too many rich people.
No. In America. I saw on one, and then like 770 billionaires in America, right? But then there was another one I saw where it said, okay, it's more like 6.5 to 7 million millionaires, 6,500 centi millionaires, centi, C-E-T-I, right, as in century, millionaires. So anybody.
What's a centimillionaire? A billionaire?
No, a centimillionaire is less than a billionaire. It means that you're worth $100 million or more.
Oh,
100 million,
gotcha. Yeah.
between 100 million and less than a billion.
Okay.
Right? That's a centi millionaire, right? So there's like about 69, close to 7,000 of them, right? So, and like, again, in this same thing with those numbers, was like 770 billionaires. So, wow.
Man,
right?
770 billionaires?
Seven.
like I
And,
wanna
and,
be
no,
a
no,
billionaire.
no. In America.
In America.
In America.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about worldwide. I'm talking about America. And
You're not talking about the Middle East or anywhere.
no,
where there's,
just
rich-
America. These
yeah.
numbers are just America. American, North American.
North America.
North America. USA.
Man, I
and-
feel like a slacker. There's all these millionaires and billionaires. And,
But here's the crazy
and I'm
part.
a thousandaire.
Here's the crazy part.
a
Yeah, me too. Right? I'm a 10,000.
About to be a billionaire.
I used to be a 10, but now I'm retired. I don't know what I am. I don't know what budget rate I'm in. See, that's that dumb laugh, that damn look. I'm trying to get out of that look. I'm trying to well, like I was saying there, John and Rob.
Pass my glass of Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some Pierre. What's that drink? The Pierre, the
Dom
water.
Perignon.
Dom
Perrier?
Perignon.
Oh, Dom Perignon.
The water.
The water?
The water.
Oh, yeah.
Perrier.
Perrier.
Perrier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some Perrier. When I'm not on the show,
Drinking sparkling water.
No, when I'm not on the show, give me some the filtered water from Sam's Club. Give me some Sam's Club water.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, not the spring
That's
water.
worse than Costco.
Costco. Actually, according to my daughter, it's all bad for you. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, Mama,
She's right.
really? Mama, really? So yeah.
Costco has them big slices of pizza.
Yeah, they
and
got
a big-
great pizza, and also Sam's Club got some great pizza, and 7-Eleven.
Sam's Club got pizza?
And 7-Eleven. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
7-Eleven has good pizza.
I said
Oh.
I had the same look, the same thought on my face, the same words, and then
How about
They
Wawa?
they got the new
Wawa's
Philly
pizza now.
cheesesteak pizza at 7-Eleven.
I don't know, haven't tried it.
At
but-
like 3 locations out here.
Oh,
Wow.
I haven't tried it.
See,
Anyway, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about?
Wait,
He's
we're
talking
talking
about
about
food.
pizza. Yeah, you're talking about pizza.
yeah.
Because we like that
Politics.
subject.
We're talking about
Afterwards.
billionaires and billionaires. Let's talk about
Afterwards.
pizza.
At least we know about that. They
But
don't know about pizza.
Here's the thing: these two things had in common. Here's one thing that they had in common, and that was the total amount of money that these two sets of people.
And that
were
equals out to $2 trillion.
No,
Oh.
those are the tax breaks that they're giving them. Between
But they
between those groups, right? Between those
As a
groups,
collective, because
Yeah,
if they're
yeah,
billionaires, they don't need $1 trillion.
as a
But as a collective, yeah,
but
maybe.
collectively, here's a collectively
Yeah.
between the millionaires, the centimillionaires, and the billionaires, their wealth is $64.5 trillion. That's trillion with the TR. You've heard
And
that?
here, that's a good thing that we got a lot of rich
And
people
the
walking
other-
around.
Good thing.
and the other,
Not if I'm not one of them.
and the other, what, 200, how many people working? 200 million people working?
Yeah.
Other 200 million is less than that. You know what I'm saying? So if you give that $2 trillion tax tax break to the very wealthy, they're gonna pocket, and you can't say anything.
That's not a lot. Then if you think about $2 trillion, is not a lot
$2
at
trillion
all.
What planet you from?
You just said $62 trillion.
No, you.
So they're just only like
no, you
1%.
said- You compare
Barely.
that.
Well, I'm not
you
doing the math on that.
You
to be
compare that to
honest,
the
but
wrong thing.
I'm saying like,
If that $2 trillion, you know what $2 trillion is?
yeah,
Take out. Give me a sample of $2 trillion. Let's.
it's a lot of billions. It's a lot of billions.
What's
a
2
lot of
trillion?
billions.
What's 2
It's
trillion?
200 billion.
2 trillion.
200.
Yeah, 200
200
billion.
billion.
Yeah, that's 200 billionaires walking around.
That's
What?
That's
Yeah.
Two-
It's only 200 people.
$1 trillion is $100 billion, right?
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah.
What?
So,
What?
so two,
Wait, no.
200 trillion.
Wait.
$1 trillion.
Let's stop talking about money.
$1 trillion is 1,000 billion.
1,000.
And that's why they're billionaires.
Okay.
And that's why they're
okay.
billionaires.
Right.
So
So $2 trillion is
2,000 billion.
2,000 billionaires.
Wow.
Yeah, 2,000 billionaires.
that's not a lot though.
Okay.
It's like there was like 10 in like
let's
every state.
Let's
Like,
break this down. 200
like
million,
So
right?
how
20 in
many
every
of
state.
these trillionaires are
Or
there?
100.
Huh?
How many of these trillionaires
There's
are
no
there?
trillionaires. They're billionaires and millionaires.
Not yet.
And
there
as a
will,
collective.
there will be soon.
There won't be no trillionaires.
Oh yeah, there will, buddy. Don't think for 1 second.
There's
there won't
not
be a
one. There's not one thing that could get anybody to $1 trillion on their own.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is worth.
He's only getting millions.
No,
he's not getting.
Billions.
no, he's the
He's
richest.
getting billions.
No, he's
Oh,
the
getting
richest
billions?
man in the
Oh,
world.
my fault.
Not only is he getting billions, what's $1 trillion?
You just said it.
You just told me.
You just broke it down, right?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
What's a quarter of $1 trillion? 200 billion, right?
250 billion.
250 billion.
250.
He's
billion.
worth 268 billion dollars.
He's a smart man.
Well, he's got a long way to go to get to a trillionaire. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's
that's
gonna
a
make it.
lot.
You can
That's
see
a lot
what
of
I'm
work.
saying. He's on his
Yeah.
way, right?
Yeah.
You got Bill. You got what's his name? Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk.
Bezos.
Who's the really Bezos? Who's the really rich guy? The old guy
The rich old guy.
who invests.
The rich old guy. There's a couple of them.
Who invests in the stock market?
A lot of them is the rest of the stock market.
Go
A
ahead,
lot
look
of
it
them.
up. Look it up.
A lot of them is trading.
Look up wealthy. Look up wealthy Americans. Look at wealthy Americans.
You're saying like a specific guy that's like good at trading stocks.
Yeah, his name just came through my head. Warren Buffett.
Oh yeah,
Warren
yeah,
Buffett.
yeah.
Warren Buffett, I think, is
Yep.
worth $150 billion.
150 billion.
He's now second with $150 billion. He's basically broke. $150 billion. He's basically broke. He's like a
He's
buck.
broke.
What would you do with all that money?
What the hell?
Besides save it. Besides save
150
it.
billion.
Besides
Only
save
place
it.
your head that's broke. 150 billion.
No, when you compare Mark Zuckerberg with $100 billion,
Yeah.
Bill Gates at $120 billion. He used to be the richest man on the planet.
Yeah.
And who else? And we said the guy from Amazon,
Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Between those, 5 guys? That's nearly $1 trillion.
Yeah. Yeah, if they all put their money together, they'll.
But they're not gonna put their money together.
No, they're gonna put their money together. But that's just to give you an idea. If we're gonna talk money, it's like, dude, serious?
Bill Gates doesn't even have
What
to
would
leave
you
his
do
house
with
to
that
have
kind
fun.
of money?
Huh?
What would you do with all that money?
Walk
How many
around with-
houses can you buy?
Walk
How many
around with a
Yeah,
smile
but-
all day
cars
long.
can you buy? How many-
Walk
That's-
around with a smile all day long.
But I think that's why they're able to create certain things, and it's like funding yourself to create more stuff,
Okay.
or fixing things, or I don't know. I don't know. Not yet. I don't know yet.
Divided by 2 million. Let's go with divided by 2 million. Divided by 2 million.
Wow.
I'm just gonna do a number up here real quick.
Did you see the house that Derek Jeter sold?
Oh yeah, it's over there by Channel Side.
So
right?
do you know that they're knocking it down
Probably
to
so.
build a bigger house?
Probably so.
For who? Who bought it?
Some rich guy.
It wasn't Trump. I know that.
Didn't Tom Brady buy it?
No, Tom
Nah.
Brady was renting it from Derek Jeter.
Oh, okay.
Tom
So-
Brady ain't gonna spend no way. How much
This
was
is-
it? How much
this-
was it?
God,
Was it over like 40 million?
I'd like to buy a celebrity's
over 40
house.
million.
'Cause I think I heard something about that.
Something like 40 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me rich and I'll buy a house.
It's the biggest house. In,
Yeah.
It's the biggest house in Hillsborough County, and they want.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah. It's on Bayshore, or
Oh, Bayshore?
no, not on Bayshore. No,
It's
like,
off of Bayshore.
You can see it from Bayshore.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
It's,
I seen it- I
it's
seen it.
Not
Davis,
Davis,
Island.
Not
yeah.
on Davis
Yeah,
Island.
there you go.
Davis
I seen
Island.
it.
Okay,
I
okay.
got lost and I seen his house.
They're gonna knock it. They're gonna knock it down and build something bigger.
I bet.
Somebody
they
that
are.
bought
who?
that thought it wasn't
Big
good enough for them.
Big enough. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I used to do installation, wire installation, cable installation, and I went out on the Davis Island, and I went to this house. You know, it was a brownstone looking like a clay brownstone looking house, right? Bricks and all that stuff. It had about 6 bedrooms. It was weird because it only had like a 3-car garage. It only had like a 3-car garage with like 6 bedroom bathrooms, right? And so I'm asking the guy, you know, it's a young. He was I think he was not Arab. He was Indian, right? He was a young Indian, right? It's not his house; it's his parents' house, right? I'm like, yo, my man, mind if I ask you a question? Because I ask questions. I do ask those questions. I said, my man, let me ask you something. How much the house cost you? Yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, how much the house cost you? And he goes, he's a young kid, right? He's a young kid, maybe like early mid 20s, something like that.
Wow.
20s,
Yeah,
And he goes, well, it's not my house, man. but they bought it for like $500,000. I said, what? He said, yeah, $500,000. It's worth $2 million for me, man. You know, I'm doing good. I'm just, he said, and I'm like, it's a kid, right? So you can tell the kid, like, yeah, man, we good. I'm so good. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, man. No kidding, dog. It was like, in the house was literally like 2.5 million, and it's right off the freaking water.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're off the water where it comes the you have to understand the Tampa Bay, how it's shaped, right? Just for the people, I gotta remember we're talking to people. The bay curves, right? And most of the weather when it comes from southwest.
Yeah.
Even if it comes from the east,
Whichever way the wind blows, I
yeah,
guess.
even if it comes up the east coast, right?
Yeah.
It's still gonna come from the south, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, it's around that curve, so it's not there to hit. It's not there to hit the when the weather comes. It's like sheltered.
You talking about like a hurricane?
Like a hurricane, whatever. It's sheltered a little bit. It got to come around that curve,
Yeah.
right? And also, you still get that view of the bay.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Location, right?
Yeah.
I think we had a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Location. So that was, I'm like, wow, serious? Yeah, the guy, yo, dude, I hear you, man. He's like, yeah, man, I'm waiting for him to refinance so I can get my, I forget, he said some wild car, like a Ferrari or something. He said, yo, man, I'm going to put in for the Ferrari, but I know Dad probably get me a Mercedes. I said, I hear you, kid. Yeah, it's just so bad, man. It's so bad. But, yeah, that's just the lifestyle. So you said what they were talking about, and that's happened before. People buy a house, and it's like, oh no, it's outdated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, outdated. It's built like 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, 15 years, sorry.
Yeah.
It's 15 years now, it's outdated. Yeah. So now, and plus I got to put this extra, what do you call that thing, the infinity pool?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it runs forever. Yeah, I need my infinity pool on all 5 floors. What do you mean 5 floors? It's only 3-floor building, the 2-floor building. Now it's
there's always the roof.
No, when he finishes, it's going to be 5.
The basement.
When he finishes, it's going to be 5 plus the basement. It's going to be finished.
Yeah,
So,
then they probably gonna move 5 years later. That's one thing I noticed that a lot of people that they have the money and they build. A lot of them they move around the world. They don't just stay in one spot for so long, like a couple years. Oh, I lived here, I lived there. They could name a couple places they lived. So that's good for the economy around for everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
it's spreading.
They don't just stay in one spot. It doesn't make no sense.
It's spreading the wealth.
Yeah.
But that's
you stay in Tampa for a little while, and then you go somewhere else and build the economy there. And somebody else comes in.
Well,
it's awfully nice of them.
You don't think so? You think people just stay? They be billionaires to just live in one spot?
Well, I'm sure they can travel.
I'm saying like millionaires. I'm saying like not people that's like they buy a house and they
travel.
Well,
they bought it.
It depends on your money.
They're waiting on their retirement. I'm talking about people that have the money. They're sitting there
but think about
they got millions. You don't think that they just be like, you know what? I can always come back, and they didn't start renting an apartment on Channel Side instead of just staying in one spot.
But here's the thing:
they just visit.
Piggyback off what you said from the beginning. You said Tom Brady owned it. But he was renting it from Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They get it for an investment.
Yeah.
Especially when you get it in certain areas where the property value is going to go. Some places some of these rappers.
You think that they invest in, or you think they just like at this point it's for privacy?
No, it's
because it's like I don't want to be seen. Hey, you need a spot. It's like an Airbnb, but before Airbnb they was doing that. Hey, yeah, you want to rent it out? All right.
It's both.
It's like we need our privacy.
It's both.
It's not really an investment.
No, it's both.
It's just expensive.
No, it's both, and I'll tell you why it's both. Because you're going to get the privacy, but you put it in the area where it's going to grow. For example, you buying it now here with gentrification just on the other side of 275, right? 275, whatever that section is, I forgot.
Tampa Heights.
Is it Tampa Heights?
Tampa Heights, downtown.
Jackson Heights.
Jackson Heights.
Yeah, Jackson.
That was in Brooklyn.
Jackson Heights.
Yeah.
Ain't talking anymore. Shut his mic off.
Where's Jackson Heights?
Jackson Heights, isn't that down there? Downtown.
Pardon.
It's over there.
It's like by Eulalie and all that.
What?
Eulalie and
I can't even pronounce what you just said. I don't even.
Yolele, it's a restaurant.
Oh, you talking about a restaurant? I thought it was a street.
Yeah.
What the heck? I just came by Main Street down there, that section, but coming further back by Armenia and stuff like that. That section over there.
That's Jackson Heights. That's not on the river though.
No, it's not. No, it's not on the river, but right on the other side of 275.
Yeah.
Okay. That area down there, it puts you off because on the other side of 275, they're doing all the apartment buildings on the other side. So on that side, they got the bungalow type houses.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Jackson Heights.
Jackson Heights, Seminole Heights.
Seminole Heights. Yeah.
And Jackson Heights is right next to Seminole Heights, right?
I don't know.
I don't know nothing about no Jackson Heights.
Yeah, I'm like, where's Jackson Heights? I heard of Seminole Heights.
I think that's in New York.
No.
Is it near where I live at?
Yeah. I wish there was.
Is it where you picked me up at?
I wish there was a way we could find out.
Is that Seminole Heights? Or is that downtown?
I don't know where Seminole Heights begin and end. I really don't.
All right.
I really don't know where it begins and
I think I'm in Midtown. That's where I'm at. Midtown.
You're not Midtown.
Where do you live?
Yeah.
Is that Citrus Park?
No, I don't live in actually Citrus Park. I live in Midtown.
Rome, over there by Rome.
Yeah.
Over there by Rome.
By, what's that area? Dale Mabry, not too far from Dale. What's that? West Tampa.
Is that West Tampa? No.
But it's Midtown. You know
West Tampa.
Dale Mabry and
Okay, Jackson Heights is. You're right. There is a Jackson Heights.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And it is off of Dale Mabry.
Okay.
And 41, so Florida Avenue.
Okay, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's awkward the way it's over there. Then you got Seminole Heights. It's like, so where's the Seminole Heights?
Avenue.
Where does Seminole Heights start from?
You said Florida Avenue and what?
Florida Avenue, 275 over there.
Yeah, you're right. It's north of Seminole Heights.
Right. Okay. All right. So
Where's Seminole Heights at then?
Seminole Heights, I think, is where you live at.
Seminole Heights.
Yeah, Seminole Heights.
I belong there.
So, but yeah. So anyway, wait. What were we talking about?
What's the point of all of this?
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Because you was talking about
people
somebody lived in a house.
Oh, I was talking about the gentrification.
Yeah.
How the property value when you buy a house in a certain location, it starts to grow. Like in their sections of the Midwest.
Gotcha.
Sections of the Midwest, they're starting to build sections of the Midwest towns, right? And they're building up to be towns, to be like industrial towns. I'm gonna say industrial. That means like factories are coming in there. What do you call that thing? Like in California with the electronics and stuff like that. What do you call it?
Silicon Valley.
So like that, they're building townships like that, business and orientated and stuff like that, and they're growing.
Yeah,
they're literally growing, like outside of Cincinnati and stuff like that. Those traditional cities, and they're growing, right? Mm-hmm. So you get it there and it grows, but if you get it over in someplace else, you're gonna lose money, and that's what they do. Getting it on Davis Island is money. Davis Island gonna be money.
Well, that's not a good example though. Seminole Heights is a good example.
That's the gentrification thing.
Yeah, because
that's the growth. That's the change. Let me say. I don't want to say it is gentrification, but I don't want to say it like that. It's the change of the environment, and the property value is going up, and it's in that general area. It's in that general area, 275. Well, we know on, was it the north of 275 or south of 275? Going towards Del Mabry, towards the water, towards the bay shore, going that way, we know it's going to keep growing up.
It's going to keep going up.
You know what? You're right, because I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but Ybor is nearby that area, right? Ybor has grown so much. You have to, like before, like a couple years ago, I could park nearby and then walk to Ybor. You know? Now, I got to go. I'm out of Ybor. If I want to get something to park, and I gotta go out of Ybor.
That's what I'm talking about. The apartment
crazy.
The apartment houses over there in the Ybor section on 275, going down that area, 15th Street, North Boulevard, and Nebraska, stuff like that. As they continue to build up, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. So if you're getting over there, if you get a property over there, then your money going to keep building up. That's a good investment.
What, Ybor?
Well, anywhere around Ybor, if you can get property on
Ybor,
Ybor,
Channelside.
I would say Ybor is probably makes more money. Is like where the money's at. Is Ybor.
yeah, well, it's growing,
Definitely.
but in that area, it continues to grow, and that's what people are doing right now. They're doing as an investment. When they get a property now, you're getting it as investment. A lot of these people make a bad investment. They get a property in some place, and it's not going to grow. They're losing money. They spent $20 million on a mansion, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, $50 million or whatever. In New Jersey, he never got that money back.
Nice house though.
Yeah, it was like what?
Was it Inglewood?
I don't know. It had like 100 bedrooms and like 35 car ports. It was
His
ridiculous.
tiger had its own room.
His tigers,
cool.
you know, tigers, and yeah. Well, 50 bought it from him. I think Mike Tyson spent what, like $40 million, and 50 got it for 20. Then he lost money on it because it was the name that went with it. You know, it was his name that made that place what it was. Yeah.
The thing is that when you overbuild, there's I thought you gotta do maintenance to it. It's like a car kind of. You gotta do maintenance. You can't just.
You mean the actual physical estate?
The
building
structure
itself,
of it
the structure
starts breaking down. You gotta start. You can't just.
But
leave it and think, oh yeah, it's gonna take care of itself. You gotta actually.
But then again, it's a location. You gotta put it in a good location.
Yeah.
You gotta build in a good location.
Don't overdo a house. It doesn't make no sense.
They're starting to build, put more money into Clearwater.
Yeah,
Clearwater's little.
Clearwater's
right
nice.
now, it's you can see it starting to grow. It's when I went through Clearwater, it looked like simple life.
What section of Clearwater are we talking?
I came right over that over 60. When you take 60, going that way.
You mean like off the bay?
Off the bay, yeah. And it's kind of like.
Man, that's a nice area.
It's simple life.
Yeah.
It's simple life over there.
And they got good food over there.
But yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's why
they got some good food now. They got more
about
restaurants popping up.
They got the fish place, the seafood place, not too far, right off of 60. I'll remember next time because people were like, yeah. We went there a couple of times to get crabs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's location, right? And so that's what it's all about. And when these athletes, entertainers, and stuff like that, Kardashians, they lost their money. They put it someplace, the place burned down. They're not gonna get no freaking $20 million for their houses. It burned down.
Speaking of location, I would have to say the whole Tampa Bay area, even beyond the Tampa Bay area, like Sarasota, it's beautiful over there, man.
It's growing.
It's nice over there,
and it's growing. That's the thing with the problem right now for the average person, because I'm the average person.
Wait. Have you heard about the train they supposed to have going from Orlando to Land O'Lakes? Land O'Lakes?
Was it Land?
Lakeland.
I thought it was supposed to come all the way.
Lakeland.
No,
I keep mixing those up.
High-speed rail?
Yeah.
No, I thought
we're going through this again?
I thought it was supposed to be coming all the way down here.
No, if it doesn't go to no.
Why not?
That's after. It has to go there first because, I don't know. It has to go to Lakeland first. If Lakeland says no, then it's no. It's not happening.
No, really, we go around it. No, what happened was that the knucklehead was given Rick Scott when they would
Obama came to town
and said
to announce
$2 billion.
Here's $2 billion, and Rick Scott said, "Yeah, no, thank you."
For high speeds from Orlando to bring them to downtown Tampa, right?
Yeah,
downtown
that's
Tampa?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
In 2009.
Yeah, the speed train. It was supposed to be high speed rail, like you said. Yeah. So this is the fast stuff, right? $2 billion to get the project started. You know what this clown said? And here's why I said people vote against their own interests. They don't listen to the candidates, what they're talking about. So no. I don't want to add to the national debt.
Yeah, right.
$2 billion. You know what they did with that $2 billion?
California got it.
No, not California. California got a big part of it because of the size of the state. The other 49 states got that $2 billion.
Yeah, they needed it though.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
They needed more than we needed. They just
we didn't need it for a train.
We needed that train.
No, for a whole train. It would have created. Generated more than 28,000 jobs. Just for the building.
Tourism.
And tourism.
Man, there would be no trees over here. There would be no trees over here. Everybody would try to move over here.
And
then it's gonna be a train to Miami. then it's gonna be horrible.
That was going to be the second thing. And
See?
what happened?
That's not a good idea.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
You heard about Miami's dangerous.
Why you hate Obama so much, man?
I don't hate Obama. I'm talking about the train.
Okay. No,
I ain't saying nothing about Obama.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say because Obama, lobbied to get us that, Rick Scott didn't want it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I got
That's
you.
the same thing with Trump when he came into the White House. They were talking about the Ebola virus in 2014. They were talking about the Ebola virus, early 2014. Or was it summer? I think it was summer.
Well, that
summer,
sounds
fall.
right, but Obama would have been in.
Yeah, no, it was Obama, right? And the Ebola came here. I think 12 people contacted that was known, that was recorded. 2 people died, right? So he said, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put here in the White House a response office, right here in the White House. Because if you heard about it, right? Because we dodged the bullet. Right? It's gonna happen. That virus is gonna happen. It's not a question of whether it's not gonna happen, whether or not it will or will not happen. It's a question of when.
What does this have to do with the train?
Miami. No, I'm telling you what. Because Trump came in and did the same thing. He got rid of the office. And what happened? The corona happened.
Yep.
Right? Caught us without pants down. Right? That was kind of weird. That's Mike Johnson now.
We'll get to that in a second.
Let's get some. We gotta get some confident. What is confident?
Comic relief.
No.
So hold on, I do have a question.
COVID software.
Covenant.
Covenant software. We got some Covenant software to monitor our talk. To monitor our talk. But anyway, that's what I'm saying.
We'll explain in a second, Rob.
Yeah.
But you've digressed.
Yeah, I digress.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
anyway,
I have a question for you. Would you want a train that reaches all the way from here to Miami through Orlando?
Why not?
Seriously?
Why not?
We got it now.
We do?
Yeah,
it's just not speed. It's not speed.
It's not high speed.
We got the Amtrak.
Amtrak, yeah.
Got the Amtrak, and that goes from.
And how much is that to get on that?
I don't know.
Like 200?
No.
200?
Maybe $40, $50 to go from here to Orlando from downtown Tampa.
Yeah, I took the train but from New Jersey all the way to Tampa just to say I did it.
So how fast is a high speed train?
That's a $150 ticket or less.
It was on sale. I think it was $300.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you sat on the train for whatever 18 hours.
Something like that. Yeah.
Wow. So
to go where?
To go from New Jersey
to Tampa.
So
that's not bad.
So Amtrak takes us from here to Orlando and from here to Miami and from here to Jacksonville. Amtrak is already doing it.
Okay.
So
with
now,
a lot of stops
with a lot of stops.
Yeah.
So if you got high speed rail, right? Tourism can come here. Even more tourists can come here and feed into the economy. Why? Because it's easier to get from here to the Orlando area, to the Mickey Mouse, Universal.
And they can pay us the bed tax
and they'll pay
Orlando.
Right, the bed tax are here, the money, everything is being spent here. So
yeah, you know what?
That's the extra money that comes here. Even if you come here and you go to Orlando. I mean, not Orlando. What's the other one you said?
Sarasota.
No. Down south further.
Miami.
That's Miami. don't say I hit you with a pop quiz because I was throwing it around.
Yeah.
I was throwing it around. So yeah, and it's quicker to get from here to there.
I think we have better beaches than Miami.
I don't know. I'm really
on this side.
I don't go to the beaches either. I don't think I've been to the beach since I've been down here.
It's a matter of preference.
Yeah.
There's no waves here.
No, I have gone. I haven't gone to the beach here in Tampa Bay area, but I have gone to the Miami beach, and I'm glad you brought that up.
You haven't been to the beach. You haven't been to Clearwater Beach.
I have never gone. I have gone by the beach. I have walked.
You haven't gotten out and put your feet in the sand. How long have you lived here?
We do not do that. We do not put our feet.
I don't want to date myself, man.
All you'll get is some feet in the water. That's it. You won't get no knees.
Trust me, I never. But I've gone to Hollywood, the Miami Beach area. And here's oh my God, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, if not one of them. We're sitting on the beach, right? Me, my family, right? We're sitting on the beach. It's just, the grown-ups, right? No kids, it's just the grown-ups, right? Me, my wife, my sister, her husband, we're sitting there, right? And I look over like this. I just glance. I'm just looking around, just chilling, my head stretching my neck. And I look over and I see this female, and she's walking on the beach towards the water. I kid you not. Platforms like that, spike heels like that. She's walking better than I'm walking, barefooted on the freaking beach. I was like, holy shit. And she was like, doo-doo-doo, and switching, and she's a white woman. It wasn't black. She was white. She was white. Because a lot of people, black women walking dog. And that reminds,
I had a picture in my head.
you know that brings me up, what was that, Nikki Haley the other day?
Yeah.
When Vivek took a shot at her about the hills and Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
And she goes, he said something about 3-inch pumps, and she goes, "No, I wear 5-inch pumps." and here's something that nobody like nobody really paid attention to this part of the comment. And I don't wear them unless I can run in them.
You don't wear what?
I don't wear them unless I can run in them. Now that's a woman.
Oh,
that's a gully woman right there. If I can't run in them, I ain't gonna put them on. So I was like, okay, that's what happened. Brought that back up, the beach thing. But yeah, that's how it is sometimes. So
we gonna talk about Mike Johnson?
Let's do that. Let's talk about the new.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Be careful what you wish for, because the person that comes in might be.
What is he? The 56th
Speaker of the House.
56th Speaker of the House. Right. Okay, or maybe less than that. Maybe yeah.
Tell me about Mike Johnson. Who is Mike Johnson?
Mike Johnson is the new Speaker of the House.
New Speaker of the House. Since when?
Since 2 weeks ago.
Mike Johnson's the Speaker of the House since 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Come on, we gotta bring you up, man. We gotta bring you up to speed on this.
They passed. McCartney got, basically.
McCartney got kicked out. And it wasn't the Democrats' fault. It was all Republicans. And they, oh no, it's the Democrats. It's the Democrats' fault because Kevin McCartney got kicked out. No, it's Kevin McCartney's fault. You remember Kevin McCartney, right? He's a former speaker. Mm-hmm. What he did, each branch of Congress set their own rules, right? Mm-hmm. You got the Senate, they set their rules, and you got the House, they set their rules, right? The Senate came.
I actually watched the U.S. House on, what is that, C-SPAN, right?
C-SPAN.
I actually watched it. I just didn't, I only seen it one time last week.
So. That was enough.
Yeah.
It was not bad.
You're going to get a lot of information, though. So what happened is that they had a rule, right? The House set their own rule for over a century, that you need X amount of people, 15, 20% of Congress, of the House, would have to approve the removal or put to vote the removal of the Speaker, right? Now, listen to 15 to 20%. What is it, 430 members? 436
Something like
members?
that,
Yeah, so if we just round it off at 400, 20% would be what? 40 members? No, more than 80 members. 80 members. And if it was 15%, it would be 60 members. Would have to get together and say, we want this speaker removed. Okay. He worked out a deal with the wingnuts. The wingnuts. There's no other way to say it. The egomaniacs, Green and Gates and Johnson and all these other guys and individuals, ladies and gentlemen of the House. Well, only one person. That's all you need to recall the House Speaker. One person. They went from 60 to 80 to one person. So that one person did it. Right? Yeah, Matt Gates.
Okay.
Matt Gaetz called. Go ahead.
Okay. No,
So Matt Gaetz called in, and so Kevin McCartney didn't have the support to actually win again.
to stay in. Or to, yeah.
So if the Democrats would have said, okay, all the Democrats said, okay, we're going to support Kevin McCartney, he would have went in. Got it. That's understood. But that ain't
That might have been wise because now we got Mike Johnson.
Well, Mike, I don't know.
All
Nobody
right,
knew.
tell me about Mike Johnson. Why do you say?
I almost said the S word on here. You want to hear about Mike Johnson?
Well, what do we know about Mike Johnson except for
Not much.
Except for him and his son.
Not much about him being weird. Oh, the first thing that comes out of his face, he does his first live interview on network news, right? And so he said, "Well, how do you plan on leading?" And he goes, "Well, the Bible. When you see the Bible, that's how I plan on leading." And it was like, what the? Did he just say? I live by the Bible. And so that's where he probably got the porn software idea from the Bible. I don't know.
The interview I saw was, I think, from last year or a few years ago.
Oh,
that kind of resurfaced.
I'm talking
what
about,
he said.
No, I'm talking about a couple of weeks ago after he became speaker.
After he became speaker.
After he became speaker, then they asked the question. And he was like, by the Bible. And he was a guy who ran he didn't run, but he was the one who argued about with the insurrection thing. He was
he was in support of it.
Yeah, he was in support, but he wasn't just in support of it. Yeah. He was the one who put the legal brief together saying, yeah, no, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mike Johnson. But what we were geeking on earlier, go ahead. What's the name of that software again? Covenant. Oh. I got it right here. I got it right here. Let me get one of those. We got that. You got it on the music, man. You got the sound podcast, man. Rob, hit one of those buttons over there for get a sound. Give me a sound effect.
Sound effect?
Yeah. No, not gonna think. That's not good.
No, not that one.
No.
Not that one. I don't know. A lot of my sound effects are gone. I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, it's called Covenant, right? Covenant.
Covenant.
Like
Covenant,
the church.
Covenant Eyes
like
software.
Covenant Eyes. Yeah. What the Covenant Eyes software does, it monitors all your electronic devices. Telephones, smartphones, computers, internet.
Is this something he's selling? Or?
No. This is something that he uses.
He's in support of it. Him and his son.
Him and his son uses to monitor to see what each one is looking at. And this software is known for monitoring porn. Okay, so
he has this in his house.
Yes, he has this.
He has it. No, not just in his house. He got it on everything. Computer, phone, home, Roku device.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So basically, you could watch everything that everybody's watching in your house.
Right.
You could watch them.
Right.
Wow.
Well, you can monitor it.
You can monitor it.
That's something that you would maybe want to get for your kids.
Yeah.
Right, but you really don't want
to. Like if you have a 12-year-old and you want to see what they're watching. Oh, little Johnny's watching bad stuff. Let me go have a talk with them.
Yes.
What's wrong with that? Because YouTube is
there's
crazy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Here's the idea, the notion is there's nothing wrong with that. Monitoring your children, stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you think about it, this is a grown man, and his son is the person who his accountability. They call him accountability partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His son is 17 years old.
17.
And they're basically their accountability partner checks and makes sure that they don't go to any porn sites because that's
and if it does, an image comes in, a blurred out image comes in. I mean, they should have had that with Marjorie Taylor Greene when they showed Hunter Biden Weibo's in the wind. But yeah, that's the deal with that. So that's what we were really gigging about. His son is going to probably be the most infamously famous son in house speaker history.
Famous in a good way.
Famous in a good way. Yeah. Hopefully it's not infamous.
There's a lot of shtick that goes along with that whole thing.
This guy is he's a work of art. Yeah. Like I said, I can see him, pictures popping up with him wearing panties and bras and stuff like that.
Now we don't know if any of that.
It's a disclaimer. I'm putting a disclaimer. I'm saying I could possibly see that.
Something made him think that he needed that software for him and his son. So.
Yes. And
7, 8, 9, 10 years old. But
okay, wait. How many seconds?
20.
20. 19, 18. Here we go, everybody. We got to wrap this up. This has been another wonderful show, and I want to thank Real Rob for coming around, and also Big JC, right, with John C coming up in here. Boom, and we're out.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I be Keith the B-Roll, the Keith Show.